All right, we are live.
Yeah. How's it
Just
going,
so you know,
everyone? I'm sending you a couple more, some videos that other people posted.
sounds good. I'm going to open a new tab, do a promotion post, and then call it good. Ansteorran. Is that Ansteorran?
Sounds right. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Okay. It's your kingdom.
Yeah, Ansteorra. It's Ansteorra. Ansteorran.
Stories and five view from. All right, post made. We're good.
Cool, let me go share it. Um, Pre-regged for Penzik for the full 2 weeks, so
Nice.
on that, good on that front.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Um, did I was like, we had a big group. I don't know if you saw. It's like 22 people or something like that.
I don't know. I don't remember how many were there last year. Was that more? Is that more?
Like 15 ish.
15? Okay. Yeah.
Not as many.
How many Peace Weekers this year?
I don't know. That's a great question. Not that many. It's gonna be like last year. It's gonna be more chill for Peace Week.
I always enjoy the chiller,
Yeah. You know
slightly
what?
smaller crowd for Peace Week.
Generally
It's fun.
speaking, I'm just down for the chill. Uh, the chill Peace Week. Hello, hello. The topic tonight is going to be watching Ansteorran Crown and kind of reviewing the footage for John. Also, just catching up because I haven't talked to John in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you got pre-regged. I'm excited for y'all to do both. Is Maggie joining you for both weeks?
Yeah, we're
Hell
gonna do
yeah,
it.
we're gonna have a very
So
chill camp for sure.
yeah,
I think Alex's will
I'm
be
excited.
determined based on work schedule. That's to be determined.
Whether she's 2 weeks or at all,
Whether it's 2 weeks or War Week or just Peace Week,
or
there's
just
some logistics of the job that needs to be figured out.
totally fair. Yeah, but she'll definitely come for some of it at least.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, she
Cool.
intends to, barring anything
Yeah,
that's happening.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Hey, how have you been? How's work been? I know you started a new gig.
It's not too bad. Not too bad. Physical jobs, so you move tires around all day, but working the is the inventory guy. So
Is it 40 hours? Or is it
it's
part
part
time?
time, so the hours fluctuate a little bit because depends on the like how much work there has to be done. But between like it kind of fluctuates anywhere from 20 to 40.
Oh,
So
okay. So it's the
like
potential of 40. It's up to
yeah, like
performance.
today I worked today like probably 8.5, 8
Yeah,
hours,
so it's a full
8
day.
hours and 40 minutes or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But like yesterday I had off, but then a couple of like other days this week were only like 5 hours, or another one I was like 7 hours. So kind
Right.
of depends, but
That makes sense.
it's not the worst thing honestly because it's nice to not have nice to have the hours for the money, but also nice to not work so many hours to not have the time.
Yeah,
And
that's
there's and
the
they're pretty flexible about it. So
work-life balance, right? That's what we all
exactly, yeah.
chase.
Time or money, it's kind of what you want. It's hard to have both.
Yes, time or money. In my meta of this society, I want my money making money so that I have my time. That's kind of the end goal,
That's
end
the
play.
ideal, I think.
All right. Yeah. Tell me about Crown. How how did you do? I haven't watched any of it. I don't know squat about it. I only know who won. Literally, that's it.
I got top 8.
Okay.
I was undefeated in my pool, and then I lost in the round of 8. But it was a little bit of a weird format. And so what was advertised was the round of what was mostly happened was the round of the pools. There was 4 pools, and they were going to take the top 2 of each pool.
Mm-hmm.
And during the pools, can you stream for me in Discord while we?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Give me a second.
Yeah. So we were. So they did the pools, and they were totally random draw. Like they made as you went up, like during the procession, you would you pulled like a ping pong ball out of a hat or a bag, and that would determine what pool you were in.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't seeded or anything, so they're pretty random. And then in the round of once they took the top 2 out of each pool, in the pools would bring your best weapon style. So mostly just people fought sword and shield. And then in the round of 8 was originally they were going to do bastard sword for that round, and the round of 4 was going to be glaive, and then the finals were going to bring your best again. But they ended up switching it to where the round of 8 was glaive or polearm, and then the round of 4 was bastard sword.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So they switched it, which kind of messed up my preparation because I have a little bit of experience with glaive, like not a ton. Like I've done it more times than I've done bastard sword, so I had put a little bit more practice into bastard sword because I was like, well, I just need to get to the round of 4, and then I'll figure it out. And I didn't end up that way, and I definitely did not fight very well with the glaive, and I should have done some passes with polearm leading into it, and so I messed up that. But I felt good with my sword and shield fights. I mean, they could always, there's always things to work on, right? But
of course,
for the most part, felt pretty good about those fights. So yeah, not the best crown for me. I was also, I think they had specifically said the fields were going to be these smaller 20 by 20 fields or whatever this is.
Yeah, that's not small.
And
that's pretty good.
I was expecting to have a little more space to fight the great weapon styles with because I figured I could run away a little bit more, and we ended up fighting in a smaller field. So
got it.
Did not made some poor tactical decisions based on that as well. So
roughly how many entrants were there in this particular crown?
I think there were. It was like 20 something. It was in the 20s. There were 5 people in my pool. It was me, Ulstead, Hitaru, Lizette, and it's 5 people, and Torben, I think.
I recognize both these kits.
Yeah, so that's Duke, now His Highness Kreppen on 2 swords, and then that's Jeffrey Scott on the right, who finaled in this crown.
Oh, okay. I was like,
and he moved. He moved to Ansteorran from the west maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Sometime since during the pandemic, I think is when he moved. So
that was gnarly. Watch that again.
That left, that right, the offside there was pretty close.
So now Duke Kreppen, or was he Duke already?
He was already a Duke. This is his third reign. Will be his third reign.
Now His Highness again. Yeah. So that right side tap right, it's the cover initiation. That's one of the common ones.
Controlling the line, basically.
Mm-hmm. And then the 1-2. This is what I consider the herd 1-2.
Yeah.
Right. The onside, and then blat. Although that looks like it's coming up a little bit.
Oh, that might have skipped, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the angle of it looks like it's like,
it's hard to see because there's like a frame between those 2 frames. It's hard to say whether it hit and then slid or whether it slid the whole time.
Correct. I mean, there's a good bit of bend in that stick, but how it came through in the helm is always weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless, it completely stuffs the shot, the retaliatory shot.
Yeah.
In that line. And then this one, it was the follow-up that I thought was like, ooh. Oh, okay. So they took the leg, but not the head. Looks of it. And then immediate same thing. Cover, entry. Left side cover.
The right's coming there.
That shield is just way out of place for this. Oh no!
I fought Kreppen. I did not fight him in this crown, but I fought him the last 2 crowns, and he hit me with his right hand both times right below my breastplate with a wrap.
Same way?
Same way, yeah.
Basically
I was
the
so
same
worried
thing.
about his left
Yeah.
that he hit me with the right.
Oh.
Like exactly like this, actually,
Yeah.
pretty much. And he hits really hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think yellow is edge, chat. I think you're absolutely right. Ooh. Oh. Whenever their arm is extended overhead like that, you know it's going to suck. Even if there's good armor there. That just sucks.
yeah.
Your muscles are stretched out like that. Ugh. It's
Yeah.
more fun to obviously be the offensive person in that scenario. But we all been
No, I
there.
remember I was talking to Leandra one time, and she was like, "Oh, heavy fighting looks like fun. I just don't like think I want to get hit with the stick." And I'm like, "I don't like getting hit with the stick either."
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh. I don't mind
Like,
it. It's not something I prefer if I can help it.
Yeah. Try pretty hard to not get hit, but
The my GoPros to the top of the Marshall staff, like the one they're holding in the back there, has worked really well. I basically don't have to deal
Nice.
with marshals being in front of things anymore.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I looked through your footage of the gem joust or whatever it's called now.
Oh yeah. You come through.
It looked good. Yeah. That's some old school Ansteorran stream.
Yup. All right, we're back to Minecraft. Hey, it's you. All right.
Which fight is this?
That's a good question. Where'd you go? Okay.
Okay, also, this is against Duke Ulstead,
Yep.
who he beat me in Crown a couple year and a half
It was
ago.
like 2 years ago. I
So,
remember. It was one of your first ones.
Yeah.
One of your early
I was
ones.
happy to get the win on this
You
one.
look like properly like Minecraft Steve right now.
Yeah. There's a pretty good quality of this fight if you look at one of the videos I sent you.
I was like, I want to watch something in better quality.
I sent it to you on Facebook.
Drew,
If that's
fix it, please.
yeah.
Which one? This one? Oh no. Rounds? Is this rounds?
Preliminaries, yes. I think it's
Preliminaries.
pretty early on in this video if you look.
Okay.
I'll even have it timestamped, I think.
Aha.
Yeah, there it is.
Hell yeah. Okay. I kind of want to skip all the pleasantries. Did you feel nervous at all? This crown? You
Yeah,
felt
I
pretty good.
definitely felt nervous. I usually do.
I've
That's not necessarily a bad thing, though.
no. I was like, I feel a little nervous anymore, but not much.
I feel more nervous now than I used to.
It'll be
For
it's
crown.
not like it was in the first couple where I felt really nervous. Now I'm like,
Well,
oh,
I actually
I'll do what
I felt less nervous the first few crowns I fought in because I had fewer, less expectations.
Oh, I see. So now that you're a little bit better and have better expectation,
Yeah, more
or higher
nerves.
expectations, yeah. Hey, swag. I appreciate the sub. Thank you. Yeah, we haven't been live in a minute, or I haven't been live in a minute. A lot of life in the last few weeks. Some better, some worse, but here we are. I want to be watching some Crown, which I'm excited for since I haven't watched any of this. Also, John, what the fuck was that?
A whiff. He stepped out.
I feel like that was not a good throw attempt. Yeah, the offside was good. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's all slot shot, but it was all like wrist and forward.
It needed to be more forward instead of too
Yeah.
too much down.
I don't even know that you would have gotten the call on that one.
Yeah, probably not. Depends on how it had landed.
Yeah, how it landed. If you maybe like if you got that nice face plate pop. Yeah, you're firing that. I forget about that for Ansteorran, like tradition, or like social.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can do a wrist flick pop to the face.
Yeah. Jason Drysdale just calls it face touch, right? Like you just touch the face.
Yeah. And Marshall's like following the cam. Well, was that a push, not a pop?
Yeah, it was I kind of pushed him. I didn't get enough pop on it.
That's legit. I did the same thing, and I think Ruby
Yeah.
pushed somebody.
But I felt good about this fight because I felt like I was threatening him, and I didn't feel super concerned about his offense. I just was like,
Right. You moved your feet
I was
so far.
touching him
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yeah. You're getting.
not.
Well, you're putting your blade into the slot
Yeah.
off the round, right? The ovalness of it.
Yeah.
So because you're consistently threatening that, they don't look like they feel comfortable.
Yeah. And that's part of the game plan was also to get see how he has the real high hand there.
Yeah,
Was
absolutely.
threatened to get him to have to bring his hand up and down a lot too.
Yes, yeah.
But also this was a pool fight, so I didn't want. The goal was to make this like no more than I think it's about a 5-minute fight. I didn't want it to go any longer than that because it wasn't worth spending the energy on.
Right.
Almost rather just lose or quick than waste all the energy on a long fight at this point in the tournament. It's a pretty hot day too. It's like into the 90-degree.
Ugh. That's what it's been here last couple of days. 90s
Yeah.
plus.
It's what it is.
You do live in Texas, like by choice.
Yeah. I was born here.
Yeah, I was like, I guess you're used to it, right? Should be the.
Yeah.
Just got a single sword made. Now I hope it doesn't storm. Yeah. I hope you get a chance to get out there and fight. Also, life do be lifing. It's exactly one unit all the time. You look like you're moving pretty well. You don't look like particularly like nervous, or you look comfortable, if that makes sense. Like you're moving well, you're like chilling.
I watched this fight back and I felt pretty. I mean, there's definitely some things to work on that are not great, but they're not perfect, but for the most part.
For me, for what it is worth, I think you gave way too much work on the inside line so far, and didn't threaten the thumb lead enough.
Thumb lead to
the thrust.
Oh, thumb lead to thrust.
You almost exclusively did the inside thrust, right? The kind of thrust in 4 with the slot shot. I think if you kind of, I know he's taller and high shield and all that, but if you I think you could throw that thumb lead up over the shield, and you use that to pair it with the wrap.
That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. I definitely just felt like his slot was so open. Yeah. I just felt like I could get it eventually, so with either thrust or slot. That's why I kind of went back to that. You're probably right, a little too much.
I think it's just like too. Like if I had to break it down by percentage, it just went a little hard. That's my.
Yeah.
This is just like first impression, first view. Because you're nice.
I mean, I do get it eventually, but I think you're right.
Yep. Well, I think a part of it is because the other the other shots that you threw were like that offside to the head, and then leg wrap, and so they only had to deal with those 2 quadrants.
Yeah.
You and I both, man. We both don't have a good offside to leg.
Yeah,
like a for real one.
I've tried to work on it, but it's fucking hard.
It is hard. I can do it better now, like where I punch down and get the power, but I'm still not comfortable doing it because I feel like I'm gonna get just lit up from over.
I can sometimes do it against pretty inexperienced fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I try to do. Right, I try to practice my less good shots on. Try to level the skill up,
Yeah, for sure.
But
whose footage is this that we're watching?
I think his name is. He's one of these people I've never really interacted with much in person. I just watched his videos, but I think it says Lord Owen, something like that.
Cool.
But
this is why you said your new satellite also got set up for aftermarket. Nice. The satellites are dope looking. Or I think they are.
Yeah.
Who is this? The person that you're fighting?
This is Torben. He's up one of the northern Ansteorran, or Vinheim, I guess. Now, guys, but
he got
he's
the
very tall.
Western shield.
Yeah, that's becoming more popular in Ansteorran now. The center grip.
Okay.
But I think it was he usually uses a shield like my shape, like the same shape as mine, but and and that's why I think the shield is too short for him. Like, he's very tall.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Like, he might be taller than you. And I think it's hard to block your leg with that. Like, that shield is too short for his height. So I try an offside leg here, I just fuck it up real bad.
Yeah. Well, you see how like there was no like either rotation or forward motion by the time your blade touches leg. Really.
I think I was too worried about getting hit that I didn't really commit to the shot.
Correct. Yep. Exactly that. Because like right here, if you look at your front foot, you're already like backing out. Like you stopped all your forward momentum. You're like, nah, I don't want this anymore, because they're charging at you. I do like this lateral movement though. Right? You're forcing the angle, and you cycle your blade appropriately. Oh man, they reacted so hard to your seeing your you wind back up.
Or come back out, yeah.
Yep, that's a good leg. Very well caught. Good defenses. Staying all the way back until you're clean. Have you been fighting any rapier as of late?
I usually do rapier on Sundays, so
like during practice.
Yeah, like we don't have an armored practice on Sunday, just rapier practice, so that's usually my rapier day, but not as much. I think more people could, when you just fence someone once you've legged them, it just seems like an easy win.
Yeah.
I think more people should do it.
This is interesting. I've never watched Alejandro fight.
Yeah, he fights. He kind of usually rushes in actually and throws like either leg wraps or head wraps. I feel like.
Oh, that's like the primary MO.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the more like kind of boxer stance, right? But very tall.
He fights right. I mean, he fought right foot forward in Ansteorran before that was as popular.
Oh, okay. Switch stance boxer. The point of that Saleh has to be like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, he's a good like 6'4" at least.
He's my height. It's like
6'4", 6'5". I don't know.
We're very like eye to eye.
Yeah.
But that extra like there's some height in the helm.
Yeah.
And going upward. Athlon's been grinding. It's good. Is there another one of you in here?
I think my other two fights in the pools were pretty fast. Like I fought Lizette. You know Lizette, right? She fought in her first crown.
That's cool. Good.
So it's really cool. But that was a fairly quick fight, and then I fought a person who fought Glaive, and so I just rushed them down. So I don't know that there's. I know I have footage on my phone of that, but I haven't posted it yet. It's not super interesting though. So.
This is you fighting. What's with this foot? I
thought the footage was better. I don't know why it got worse. It might have been hot. That might have been. Maybe the phone started to overheat.
Yeah, maybe. I'd like it's better here.
Yeah.
Right, like right here. All that's good. But the stuff prior is so grainy. Oh, we hit the. This
is a round of top 8. Yeah. So this is Sir Louis and Duke Ulstead.
Yeah. The steel. The it's my pull now.
Didn't you do that at Penzic a few years ago on the rapier field?
Do what?
Didn't you steal someone's spear and rapier?
Yeah. Yeah. You're so good. Did you hear about the shark tooth recommendation after that?
Oh.
Uh, it was it was the year I got knighted, I believe, if I recall correctly.
50. Right. Yeah.
And Alex told their Majesties about that moment.
Uh huh.
Um, which I thought was, like that's a pretty cool thing. Someone just way overthrew, and all I did was parry, and their spear fell down, and they grabbed it and used it to kill a bunch of people. Like that's a cool
Yeah.
story. But their Majesty at the time was like, that is what is expected of a Atlantean knight. That was their response. It was like, that's why it's so hard for me to get rapier shark's tooth. That's why it took so long.
Didn't you have one now for
I
rapier
do
finally?
have one now for rapier. Yep, from golf, from that last golf.
Oh, from golf. Yeah, yeah. This year. Yeah, nice.
Yep, just for I think doing the same thing I normally do. Yeah.
I think Santi says his goal for Penzik is to get a shark's tooth.
Oh yeah. Just gotta do it in front of their Majesties.
I mean, getting an award from another kingdom is a cool thing to do.
Oh, for sure. I'm very proud of my Queen's rapier.
Yeah.
For that reason, just because it's not a common one around here.
Yeah.
There you are, fighting some pole. All right. Let's see this, John. Was that a kill?
Yeah.
You won that? Nice.
The first, I think the other thing is I got a little complacent because the first point, he just kind of walked in and didn't do anything.
Yeah, you just got, like, that was a spear.
Yeah.
Spear duel.
And then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did he catch you on that? I couldn't tell.
I don't remember what. I actually don't remember what hit. I thought I remember the blow being good, but.
It probably was, but it had to.
Yeah, it was probably there.
Yeah, it was
Maybe
that
the
one.
second.
That's the
that
one.
That one was the one that was good.
You probably felt that.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
However, the bulk of the force, you can see it. It's into your stick and your glove when you're gone.
Yeah.
Like, so there's like a whip effect where it's like hitting you, sort of. But I wouldn't like blame you if you didn't take that specific blow, largely because so much of it bled out right here, visually. You choked up none.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're just trying to prevent the next big blow, and they then get the good follow. Yeah, clean follow.
I think it's called the. I don't remember the butt spike. I think I remember calling the other blow, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Visually, it looks like you called the butt spike.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a little messy. I think I got a little flustered here, and it took me a second to call those blows. They were definitely at least 2 or 3 of those were good.
Yeah. On this last set. Yeah, you looked flustered. Like as soon as the kind of the offensive pressure started here in this third pass.
Well, I give him credit. Like that was I remember this one. I remember not calling on purpose because it was halved.
Yeah, for sure. And you stepped in, which was what you needed to do to survive in the moment, because you speared, and they did such a good job of just slapping the shit out of your stick.
I think that Randy's who I'm fighting. I think totally he had the right approach, which was to jump in, right? Like if he played at range, it was unlikely for him to win that. Like that would play to my strengths in every single way, right?
Yes, for sure. So right here, you knew you were going to get slapped by the blade.
Yeah.
And so you're also stepping in to be like, no, don't fucking hit me. Yep.
And I don't have control of my weapon
for sure
at all.
So I know this technically doesn't count as a blow, but that sucks. Someone driving 2 hands into your shoulder like that. Yeah, it's unfortunate that your blade is fully behind you, resting on your shoulder. Do you have a butt spike on that thing?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not in really a good position to use that either, though.
No, I mean, but that's like that's your only recourse when you're that close and your blade's pointed the literal opposite way. No, that shove is good. Shove, I think, was smart. You're trying to like find your blade again.
Yeah.
He whiffs there. That's a full whiff. You saw
I think I should have stayed in instead of backing out.
You should have stayed in for sure.
Yeah, I should have just hugged him.
Yep. Or like
Someone also recommended after this, they're like, drop your if you don't have control of your glaive, just drop it, because then they call a hold, reset.
That's not a bad.
Which
also,
is a little
you
cheesy,
can grab
but
theirs. Can't you wrestle for theirs essentially? Like you're not allowed to move them, but you're allowed to grab it. The haft.
Yeah. I just drop my glaive and smother them, and that would probably get the fight to reset.
Yeah, force to reset. So like right here, I don't know if you know how to do like a wrestling duck under, but right here, if you drop your level and go under their left elbow here and step behind them, that's a very good way to force, like they can't really follow you easily. They have to do a lot of work to follow you, but you're staying close. But I also understand the instinct to create measure. Like that's like default instinct.
Yeah.
When they almost thrust you in the face and just shot it wide. Yeah, that's the one. I'm like.
That was good. Yeah, that was definitely good.
Yeah. They might have hit you flat, but Christ, that's a lot of stick.
Funny, these don't. I don't know if there was just so much adrenaline or like my helm is pretty good. Like these blows did not feel that. That hard, which is why I think it also had that delayed reaction. For me to call them, which I apologized for him for afterwards. I was like, oh yeah, you definitely. I just had to play the fight back, play this exchange back in my head, and he was like, I thought they were good, and I'm like, oh okay, yeah, definitely. If you know.
Yeah. Ooh. That's a whiff on their end. Oh, did you talk about it afterwards?
Yeah, there was. The marshals wanted us to talk about it. I was going to ask him what he felt like had happened, regardless. But
yeah.
He was like, the marshal, like they looked good. And he said he thought they were good, and I played the fight back in my head, and like, yeah, they're good. And so
Yep. That's right, cool. Good job being introspective in that moment, even with high adrenaline.
Yeah,
that's super important. I was like, I feel like people need to practice that consistently.
Yeah,
keep that practice.
No, I feel a little bad that I didn't call it instantly. That's
but I mean, you did it. You did it within the confines of the pass, which I think that
fair.
Like that is different than winning, continuing on, and then afterwards apologizing. But you've already moved on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like
no. The correct outcome still happened.
Correct. Yeah, it was just a little delayed, but I think that you needed that time to like process essentially.
Yeah. It's also like when you expect to win, you have that moment of like sort of disbelief about losing, right? That you have to like come to terms with.
Yep. For sure.
So, yeah, good on him. He had the right tactic. I think jumping in my shorts was totally the right strategy because, like if we were going to play at range point game, that was going to favor my strengths. So,
I think something you could change very quickly about your pole game is for pole arms specifically. Don't play it like a spear on a line where you're doing the cross punching single hand.
Yeah.
Unless you know you have it, I feel like that's too risky. Because he knocks you into next year. Do the one where you keep both hands on the spear or on the pole.
Yeah. I think maybe also a little more counterpunchy might have been better. Like let him make the move, overextend, and then counter.
And you take the free either slot or leg or whatever on the way in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna do a little bit of practice with pole.
Hey,
I mean, I know the next round is probably not gonna be pole, but I want to be a little more comfortable with it in case it were to come up again. So
if you want to play pole at Penzig, bring your pole. I'll play with you.
Definitely do that. Yeah.
Peace week.
Yeah.
I have not signed up for anything so far. And I might play by ear and go sign up for some stuff, when I get there. But I was thinking about just like having the freedom to kind of come and go and take some classes and do some.
Because you taught classes last year during Peace Week.
Like committing to either teaching or committing to volunteering. I was like, I'm happy to teach and to volunteer and all that, but I kind of want to do it without the time commitment, so that I can be fully free to make the decision in the moment based on circumstance.
Generally, that's my preference too. Actually, a lot of times is to be like, oh, I can do this because I haven't committed myself to things.
Yeah. Oh, we also have a tournament to run. What day is that? What day?
That is Wednesday of War Week.
Okay.
I think, or Tuesday. No, let me look it up.
We still have those been given out?
We're gonna do it there. That way we know who's there.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah,
We
that'd be
should
fun.
do a stream or something to promote that though.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Uh,
Make a short.
yeah. I was gonna get Drew to make some graphics for it
Yeah, that would work.
because she's good at that. use the youth, you know.
Have the tokens been made?
We're following up on that right now, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to like we could the advertisement could be our chibis wearing them as
Oh yeah.
but as like giant neck medallions.
It's Tuesday, August 5th at 4 p.m.
Okay, cool. Hopefully it's not opposite too much. That's like after the war points. Because war points are
I
usually
assume that would be
10
after a war point, yeah. I figured as long as it wasn't opposite a rapier war point, it was fine because I'm willing to skip a heavy war point.
Right.
As long as it's not the heavy woods, pretty much is
I
the only
am
one that I'm
an
like.
excited Pendic attendee. I cannot wait. Always love it. Oh.
I did do some bastard sword practice leading up to this crown, and that was actually more fun than I was expecting.
What bastard sword? As in like a great sword,
So
or like a short great sword?
they called it a bastard. It's basically it was like a 5-foot two-handed sword.
Okay, yeah, those are a ton of fun.
And yeah, I hadn't done a lot of that before, and I have not traditionally loved two-handed swords, but I had actually a lot of fun practicing with it. So
it's essentially longsword, like Hema style longsword.
yeah, essentially longsword. Yeah, I liked it better than like doing longsword and cut and thrust because I couldn't have to worry about hitting people too hard.
Yeah. You can throw with an arc with power. Yeah, for sure.
And I still found like slot and arm and stab was kind of like the best. But
I have found cut like just a slot from above, like the drop in slots, one side or the other. One of the things that I have observed is there's some dukes in our kingdom. Like I know it's a little fuzzy here in this photo or in this pause freeze frame, but essentially they will choose to always switch their grip to mirror match instead of being cross-bladed. And what they're trying to do is basically drop their slot shot to the inside of the opponent's sword toward the head side, if that makes sense. So however the opponent switches, they'll just also keep their sword up but play the inside, and that's all they do, and it works really well. Pretty solid strat. Instead of like having your technique be more refined than your opponent's, just always mirror match. I've been playing greatsword more like spear.
Yeah,
definitely not.
I think if you want to go look, I think I sent you another video of these videos of this etc. round of the tournament that is better quality.
Yeah, that's rough. Is this the one?
Yeah, quarters, semis, and finals. Yeah, this quality should be fine.
Thank you, Owen Longstrider. I appreciate you.
Yeah, he posts a lot of videos. So. But still, the Ansteorran live stream is a lot more watchable than it ever has been. So
yes, for sure.
Good job, guys.
It was not great weapons only. This is they apparently did their.
So the round of they did 4 pools, and they took the top 2 out of each pool, and then the round of 8 was glaive, the round of 4 was bastard sword, and the finals was bring your best again.
Yeah.
So a little bit. Jason, our king, he likes to do weird formats for crown. This is not traditionally the way Ansteorran crowns are usually, but he likes to mix it up. So. I don't think it actually affected the outcome very much, though. Like, I think the guy, I think Krepin was the favorite, regardless of the weapons.
That makes sense. Based on like all the, at least the entrants I've watched. Krepin's been a very.
There are some people who are like great weapon specialists, but the problem is that they would have to get through the bring your best round, right?
Yeah. Oh, nice shot. catching crap on that one.
He finaled, Kreppen finaled the last 2 crowns, actually. So, this was his 3rd finals in a row, and he won this one, so.
Yeah, it was JP was the one that you were final
JP
four?
beat him, and then Jason. Yeah, JP beat him, and then Jason beat him the last 2.
Ooh. Look at the bend in those boys.
Yeah.
That's so much arc. Chat.
It's so
You see
funny,
this?
you don't think of Bertan as having that much flex until he
It's
slowed
so
it
much,
down.
yeah. And the thing being yellow is just properly like it looks like a pencil right now, right? This little red
Yeah, that's
red
right.
end.
It does.
It just looks like a pencil with a bunch of extra graphite coming out the front.
Yeah. One to grow on.
It's 1-1.
I'm pretty sure that was the only point Kreppen lost in the whole tournament was that first glaive fight.
Oh, that the read on the explosion forward is so good. It's like right here. They threw, defended, but you see like on the reset, their back foot stepped forward, and I think they noticed like, oh, they're too chill. Let me go explode forward now. There's like almost a flèche movement here, where it's like that weight over the front foot.
Yeah.
Before
There's
the
a lot
drop.
of flex on that glaive just as he's throwing before it even
Oh,
hits.
isn't that crazy? Yeah, you got a good arc going just on force.
Yeah.
Boop. And there's that like
Yeah.
the mega bend. You know. And so much bend that like look at that. No, like next frame, not possible control to bend the other way from the bounce.
Yeah, and then good block there too at the end.
No. Impressive. It looks like people use fairly light pull weapons.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely made sure mine was fairly light because I figured that would be better. Just like I have fairly fast hands, so I figured just lean into that.
Pull is brutal. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. There's something very visceral about like being able to shove people and fight with a stick, a long stick. Do these two play spear more? Like they prefer to play outside?
I don't know.
Oh, no,
I didn't watch these fights because since my fight was right. But maybe after these, I was trying to stay in the shade actually.
That was a good clean blow to the underarm. Oh, nice. Good swing to the head. Nice fancy death. You said it was like 90 out, right?
At least, yeah. In the low 90s, I think.
Day.
It was a good breeze, though, so it wasn't... It was just a normal day in June in Ansteorran.
We had the prettiest ruby joust, gem joust.
Oh, yeah?
I think ever. Like, by a lot. It's normally
That's cool.
awful.
Yeah. The one I went to wasn't too bad.
Remember how
it
muggy
rained,
it was
really.
on
There was
Sunday?
a huge thunderstorm. What's that?
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, it was so muggy on that Sunday because of that big thunderstorm.
Oh, well, I do remember it raining a lot on Saturday night, and then
we
actually
used my
raining
2
still on
carports
Sunday.
to make a dinner area, dinner seating.
I mean, you posted all your pictures from different rubies or gym jousts or whatever, and I was in 2 of those pictures.
Yeah. I love it. It goes by so quick. Been doing this shit for a long time now.
That was 2017, I think, was the year I went. It was like 8 years ago, I guess.
That was
Right?
when those two carports were our household main tent for a number of years before they exploded from one of the Penzix, one of the Stormy Penzix. Did you catch on that afterblow? Or was it the thrust?
So I
The ball?
missed the thrust,
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
as
it
he
looks like side
stepped
effects.
by, yeah, as he stepped in, I threw kind of like a backhanded.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it was the back
Yeah.
blade. Because you did
Yeah,
an
right there,
onside
yeah.
cover, and then a back blade right here. Pop.
Yeah. Because he overextended,
Yeah.
and I think that's this. I think I said also this kind of winning this one so easily. I definitely let my guard down. I think that was part of the issue too.
This is a much better res than the camera over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely the face. Definitely
The thrust, yeah,
the thrust.
for sure.
From this angle, those two blows don't actually look that good.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I thought
Yeah.
that was the. And we can look at them more from this side.
I just don't remember that. Too much adrenaline, I guess.
Yeah, back blade.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I remember
back
this
blade.
fight very clearly, actually.
Maybe that first blow hit hard enough that it knocked a little bit of your memories loose.
Maybe.
Yeah, this is the one that I was saying. Like, I think it hit your hand.
Yeah,
Like it was in the gauntlet in full. Like, yeah.
and just touched
Yeah.
the shoulder
Like
after.
you didn't really. And then the second one, remember how I was saying like, it looked like it hit here first, right? Like I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Like it definitely hits you here. That's not a question. But I think
Yeah.
most of the power bled out on your stick, / your thumb.
yeah,
So I could see a very reasonable world in which this would not have been like easily felt. However, the wrestle into the face thrust, like that's just like
yeah. That's good.
like that. Like they got a nice neck buried and are shoving. Yeah, I don't think that was unreasonable at all.
That one I have no issue with.
Yep.
Like, I think those first two blows were very iffy, and then the butt spike was very definitive. So
Yeah, this one is those two are the.
this one is the one where those were definitely good, and I just took a second to call them.
Yep. Hey, you called them. Did it within the fight. I think that's GG. And there goes your run. Was it all kind of a blur in the moment
Yeah, definitely.
where you're like, did you get a chance to watch this footage yet?
I watched it through not super closely. but
Gotcha. Yeah. So this is like your first like kind of
Yeah.
frame by frame breakdown. I wondered what happened there.
You just tripped.
Yeah, it didn't look like the blow came down with that much force. I thought it was a blow from when watching from the stream point of view.
No, I remember. I remember them saying something like, the herald tried to call the point,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "No, he just fell over." But yeah, Louis is a great fighter. Actually, he tends to gas out by the end of the tournament.
Right.
So if he could fight his best fight the whole way through, I think he would have a really good chance of winning a crown. But
Yeah. So it's just conditioning.
conditioning up,
And
and he
that's- and that's
smokes
specifically-
a lot. Yeah, he's a smoker. I think if
Got it. Yeah, so cardio's not.
so.
This is good. This is good. Great sword fighting.
Yeah.
I think long sword, great sword, bastard sword, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, there it is. They were thinking about the back blade one,
Yeah,
and then it just got smacked
crown
on the
hits
foreblade.
so hard.
Ooh. Oh no. Person's defeated by heat and exhaustion.
I mean, that's definitely it's part of it, right?
For sure. That is something that I don't mind a hellishly hot crown.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, it only plays to my favor, not against me.
So this crown was on the hotter side, and then last crown was super cold and rainy and muddy. And I would actually prefer this hot crown than that rainy cold one.
I don't like rainy for sure. I actually think that's what took me out of. I think we talked about it, but it took me out of this last crown. But
did we talk about that? I don't know that I've really talked to you much since the last crown.
Did we not watch Crown together?
Did we watch the footage?
I thought we did.
No, we did. We did watch it.
That's the last stream. Maybe like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, something like that.
The last stream I think we did was the EK crown, but.
Oh yeah.
But I think we did Atlantean crown like
right
that same
that.
week or something.
Or something like that. Yeah. There's video evidence out there. Nice. That was great.
We didn't do any. That was yeah.
That was such pretty like that response.
Boom, yeah. And then the good block at the end there too.
Yeah. I love it. What good sword work. Right, that patient block. Punish the return, yeah. You're patient about it, let the sword tip drop to find like nice deep shoulder, tricep. And then block where their return shot's coming from. Oh, pretty. I don't think there's a way to win that, right? Aside from a lucky thrust, like you don't want to hug somebody.
A lucky thrust.
That's it. Your uppercut thrust with one hand. I don't see another way. Chat, let me know if there's another way to win that single-handed. I can't think of one.
I guess you could flip the sword over and then do it like kind of do that like Madhu kind of.
If you had a butt spike, maybe
like
you play it like a Madhu.
We're allowed to have butt spikes on these.
That's
part of the rules.
If you had a butt spike, I can see that maybe.
Yeah.
But like generally speaking, you don't want to be that close to somebody when you have one hand and they have two.
Yeah.
For this weapons form.
I think I would just try to fence them.
You first.
I think I would just try to fence if I only had one hand.
I can see maybe a world if you were strong enough as a human being where you had like big old arms, where you can load it onto your shoulder and still throw it through your hips and maybe catch somebody. That's the world I can picture. What was the format of the finals?
It was a best of 5. Okay. Bring your best.
Oh, okay. Bring your best each time. No like selection or anything like that.
No selection. Yeah, it kind of reverted back to a more normal thing.
Okay.
So yeah, at this point I was pretty sure Kreppen, like as soon as Kreppen got to the finals, I was like, no one is beating him with two sword, like with his two sword. Like he's very good at that, and it's just a hard style to fight against. So I thought maybe there could be something weird with one of the weird, the pole or the bastard sword or whatever, that maybe someone could get something lucky on him, or there's some more randomness.
Give him a loss, yeah.
At this point, I was like, yeah, if he can fight two sword, he's gonna win.
I like the thought. It's better than getting pinned and put on your back foot. Like the strat was solid. I didn't hate that strat. That's a good strat, especially after being put on your back foot in the pools.
Oh, in the pools, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree.
I just want to see where the hole in the guard opened up on the charge. So immediate run. The problem is, like, if you're charging forward at a two-sworder, I think you would kind of have to already be, like, thrusting down the center line or something. they're playing it more patient, but it's so like it's hard.
You just have to you have to get their left hand occupied. And then this, I just don't think it's a good idea to try an offside like that.
Yeah, the offside with the cross block low is rough. That's a rough position because you don't have a lot of power in that offside generally. And if you miss, you're in a kind of a wonky setup.
The other thing which didn't happen in this fight, but very well can happen, is if you throw the offside, then they can just block that with their right hand.
Yeah.
And then just punish you in the body with their left.
Exactly. Yep.
Be very careful with their offside.
That was the headshot I think they took. Yeah, that was a clean headshot. They had great power on that, and it hit like point of percussion on the stick. Good forward on it.
Yeah, leg.
There's a little bit of Marshall blocking it. This is Floki right blocking it a little bit.
Yeah.
From this vantage point.
Marshals are drawn to cameras.
Yeah. It's normal. But they were aware of the audience, which is really nice of them right here. In this case, we're the audience.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the only thought I have in this context is get this tip in between the blades, find the center line something. That's the only hope I have. Everything, and try not to die in the process. That's it. If I can trade it out, I'd be happy. I don't really know what else to do.
Hope you get hit in the head.
Right, yeah. Instead of that shield going up again.
Hope that you don't get hit somewhere that you're wearing a lot of armor, yeah.
Blasted in the under shield arm in the pools. Chat says leading. David says leading with the lefty thrust is a good way to go for the legged opponent. Oh, from the offensive side, is that what you mean? As the yes, yeah, for sure. I agree. I meant from a defensive end, like how many options you have. It's very limited options.
Got hit in the arm.
They took the shield arm.
I think he took the sword arm and he's switching.
Oh, sword arm. Got it. And so they're just swapping. Got it. Protect the hand, etc., etc. If you can throw into lefty, then leg, yeah. Yep. Hit that onside leg. Welcome in. We are currently on the finals. Looking at this is second pass.
Yeah, I have a best of 5. So this is so
5,
Kreppen is up 2-0 against Jeffrey Scott.
Yeah, this is 2-0 Kreppen right now. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's an interesting shield fold.
Yeah, Jeffrey Scott always has interesting shields. I assume they're very coolly painted. So I don't know if it's like a period design.
Like that looks intentional. That does not look like your shield got folded into a weird way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's way too like it looks intentional.
It doesn't look like my old shield.
Yeah. The one I died.
No, I think Jeffrey Scott died there. Yeah.
That's a good amount of respect that that Kreppen had for the aggression there. It's like keep in measure. Let's see that one again. What up, Magnus? He fights that Pavi style. Yeah. He does like to bring it up a little bit more than I think is safe, but personal preference. All right, so he enters measure. See, I can't tell if he blocks the lefty onside. I think so, because the sword, you can see a sword low. That's the one under the arm,
the body,
right there.
with the
left
right body blow.
Because I think that he brought his defensively, he brought his sword down to block the left sword throw, and then but also still brought the shield across, which opens up the full of the left side.
I mean, that's just the hardest about fighting. That's how you go to block one and the other one hits you because you put too much defense on that side.
And he catches the onside. Oh, that's a good onside. And he calls the shot under the arm, and says that the right hand follow was late. Nice fighting, both of them. That's nice. What is? Oh, this is the thing. Yeah. John, what are you going to change between now and next time?
Well, so I mean, I'm hoping that the next crown I don't have to fight Polar.
I will happily fight you a polearm and greatsword at Pensa.
But I'm going to put a little bit more practice into some great weapons, just so that I feel comfortable with that in general.
For sure.
And then I think I'm still picking my shield a little up too much, and I think my posture is a little too lean forward, so I'm going to work on being a little more upright and keeping the shield a little bit more. I still kind of want to pick it up too close to my head to keep it down and out a little bit more. So I'm going to work on those things. And just general, I still think just general fitness and general fitness and strength will go a long way too. So
always a constant battle, and that will only get harder as you get older.
Yep.
It's I think you're going to find the same problem that I ran into around your age, which is you're more prone to injury and tightness related pain without stretching. And
so you keep saying
rolling. I'm letting you know. I am forewarning you. I'm doing my due diligence. Hey, did you see I ran a thing at Victory in the Vine a few weeks ago.
I think I might have looked at that footage a little bit. I definitely didn't watch it closely.
I ran a scenario where there's if you can imagine, there's a house laid out, or actually, I ran it as a brawl. It started in two warring families started in a tavern, and they're fighting out in a tavern, and if they win, they beat the warring family in the streets of Italy back to the alleyway, and if they win the alleyway, then they beat them back to the mansion to kill the head of the house. Was the gist? So there was a tavern.
Cool.
This is the alleyway, and as we turn the corner here, it ended up in the house, which is quite a layout. It was a lot of work to kind of figure that out.
Lay all the ropes out.
But then in the house, you have to kill each. The defensive side spawns one life into each room. So as the offensive side, you gotta kind of speedily kill for a certain time.
Cool.
It was a lot of fun. The downside is when you have that offense defense push, like you would for you can't do it like armored where you can yeet yourself in. And if you do, hard hits it promotes hard hits a little bit.
I feel limited front is always more fun and heavy than rapier because
you can
you can just charge in, and it creates that kind of that the grind and the scrum is really fun and heavy, and in rapier you just don't get the same thing.
The other thing I did
rapier meals are more fun.
I had the silverware from the bar be used as you can throw it at people and stun them.
Oh, nice.
And then I eventually changed it to throw it and kill them because I used that to help let people break apart to the static lines. It got too static. And then this is I don't know if you've seen this particular setup here.
Oh.
But this is the armored setup on that same site, which is like Culpeper, which is like 50 minutes from my place, roughly. But this is a Bohurt first. Like that's what it's for, and so it works great for armor.
Nice.
Like, they did Bohurt here before SEA stuff, and then it happened that we're like, oh yeah, good site and good price, so we're in.
Cool.
But I think it's really cool because I don't know if you can see it, they reinforced the interior of all the doorways with steel.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a cool thing to fight. I fought in it before. Didn't get to do
anything with actual like physical things to fight around is more fun than
every time.
fucking hay bales. So
for this year at War of the Wings, I'm excited because we might could build some stuff this year.
that'd be cool.
I'm excited to try. But yeah, chat for those who haven't seen it. This is like a typical Bohurt styled arena, essentially like a horse pen with the two doorways. Maybe I could build one of these in my backyard. Practice on it. Remember the Gulf War houses? Those were fun.
Yeah, I love the Gulf War houses. I think those are great.
I thought that specific element added a lot of fun to the ravine.
In the ravine, yeah. I think it was. I don't think. I was neutral on whether they were going to have them for rapier or not, but for the armored field, it was. It was great.
I thought for armored field, there was a lot of. It enhanced the fun a bunch to me.
Yeah, I remember the one house that Sven and Ragnar and a bunch of the herd guys were in, and I was like, I would not go into that house.
yeah. I definitely looked over at them. I was like, yeah, they seem to be kind of bored. They got nothing going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. That's legit. Anything else going on in the life of John? Otherwise, same old. I know we talked about work things.
Same old, yeah. Not much. Just trying to do the get ready for Penzic. It's not that far away, really, in the grand scheme of things. So.
Is it like you and Maggie driving up?
Yeah, we're gonna drive up. Yeah.
You gonna try and land Saturday? You try and land Sunday?
I think probably Sunday, because I think we'll leave Friday, the first Friday after work, and then we'll probably just go to Dallas, which is about 3 hours, and then we'll leave from there, go as far as we can, and so we can try to get there earlier, probably like early, not like in the midday on Sunday. I think would be a good goal.
I think I'm becoming the stereotypical 3-week Penziker more and more because I've been invited to be part of the setup crew.
Oh yeah, are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna show up early.
So you've already been there a week when I show up?
Yeah, or at least some amount of time. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna do a full week or like half week. We'll figure it out. But I once
did. I once was early on for Gulf Wars because I was part of like the land group, so we got there like 2 or 3. It was kind of like peace week of Gulf Wars. It was kind of fun. We just like hung out and set the camp up. But
yeah. I mean, I love
that.
I mean, obviously, I convinced you into the peace week as peak vacation.
Yeah. No, you've definitely converted me to a peace week person.
Yeah, I love it.
So no, we're excited.
I'm glad. We could plan some games or whatever we want to do.
Yeah, I mean, Slav already wants to do the wizard staff again, so.
Yeah. I'm down for a wizard staff day again. I don't know if Maggie plays any like board games or whatever. We can do things like that.
Yeah, she likes board games.
Or just like do what we did last year, which is in the year before, which is just chill, shoot the shit, go to the river when we want, hang out with friends.
You gotta do your dailies.
Do the dailies, yeah.
That's what I remember you and Mike racing at a bunch of those word puzzles.
Mike is really fucking good at the crossword. It's kind of ridiculous.
I know. Yeah, he's good at shit like that.
Are they coming this year?
I'm pretty sure he is.
He's got like 2 days to join us.
Yeah, I know he was talking about it, and I told him, I was like, hey, you need to figure out your shit. But I don't know if he's done that or not.
Yeah.
So
far, no. Go bug him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for Penzic. Chat, absolutely Penzic Panic. It hasn't set in yet, but it's on its way, and I'm excited for it. There's a ton of events between now and then, so those first.
Gee, yeah, I don't think I have. I think I maybe have one event between now and Pennsic. So
Well, I have no
um,
free weekends if we go to all the things that are on
I
the
have some
schedule.
weekends and I'm doing things, but not events.
Not events, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Ours
one event,
is,
but
I guess
not.
ours is like a mix of like mundane and skating and stuff. It's mostly skating.
Yeah, I mean, it's all
Uh,
like I have skating adjacent stuff. Like I'm gonna go see Marie is doing an aerial performance on a
that's awesome.
Saturday. I'm gonna go do that,
That's
and
cool.
so yeah.
Are you coming up for Cornet? It says Drago.
Probably not. But I do like going to Coronet.
What is Cornet? Pardon my
Like
ignorance.
the tournament for it's like the crown tournament for principalities.
Oh,
Coronet tournament.
I didn't know what that was called. I didn't know that it had
Yeah,
its own name. I suppose I just thought it would be called Crown.
it's called Coronet. Yeah,
Cornet. That's cool.
instead of crown. So
I guess we don't have a principality here, so I've never interacted
yeah.
with the
Now I can't fight. I can't
event.
fight in Coronet because I don't live in the principality. But I've gone up and watched and then like done pickups afterwards or stuff like that. It's usually been pretty fun. But it's sort of by definition, kind of far away from where I live. So
Are you allowed to drop?
like
Like, are you allowed to participate in drop?
no.
Okay, I didn't know
They
how
have it
in
in,
cultural
and
mode.
there. It depends on the principality,
Hmm.
but specifically in our principality and the principality of Vinheim, it is in their law that you have to live within the principality to participate
Got it, got
in
it, got it.
any capacity, even like as a buy fight. I think
Understood.
so, which is disappointing, in my opinion.
Not in Vinheim currently. Are you saying you're not in Vinheim, or is the event not in Vinheim?
I don't know.
Hmm. Um, let's see. I
Oh
saw.
yeah, you can't do the fighting and drop in Vinheim, is what they're saying.
Oh,
I think.
I see. Vindheim. That's how you say it.
Yeah,
Final drops. Got it. Got it. Understood.
that's the principality. It's Oklahoma.
I saw that Maggie set up
Or
a server for Enshrouded.
oh, for Enshrouded, yeah,
Yeah.
we've been playing the last couple days, so it's been pretty fun.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying. I haven't played it before. She loves it, so she's kind of been showing it to me. But
That's cool. So maybe I'll join you guys like tomorrow night, or I was thinking about streaming it where I like hop on and make something in y'all's world for funsies.
yeah, we'd love to have you join.
And
Maggie's looking at me very excitedly right now. So
figure out what to make there. I see she's been playing League.
no, we're probably gonna play. We'll probably play here and like when I get off the stream for a little bit. So,
Gotcha. Not sticking with League.
but we could play League, but she definitely wants to play. She definitely been into the Enshrouded. It's been the game of choice.
Okay. Chat, you heard it here first. We're gonna go play some video games. I might at some point stream gaming more. I haven't done it too much because it's generally, to me, it doesn't seem as like interesting because I tend to enjoy conversational content, at least what I put out into
Yeah,
the world. That said, if there's an interest for it, I would happily shoot the shit and play any game. Other than fighting, I do a ton of gaming. Those are the two things that I kind of do with my time when I'm not
yeah.
at work.
I mean, there's also a lot more people streaming video games than people streaming fighting footage. So
That's true. That's legit. I could do more, like we could do like a Shiv tournament like we had talked about before. That'd be fun. That's like
oh
a
yeah,
mix of SCA and gaming. Like where we do an invite for like you and I both invite somebody to join us and form teams, but like they're SCA people who play Shiv and we fight it out.
that could be definitely fun.
Or like a Shiv tournament. Or what's that fucking? I think I talked about it before. Nidhogg, which is the fencing one.
Oh, Nidhogg, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I've seen footage of it.
Yeah, just stuff like that. I guess it doesn't have to be skating related, but I feel like that would be a more reasonable tie-in.
Yeah,
No. Uh,
definitely.
Chat. I hope you have a wonderful evening. It was good to talk to you all. Also, sad you can't go to Pennsic. Pennsic is such a good time. I hope that you have the resources to go in the future. That is something that I, at least for myself, it's like some of my favorite weeks of the year for sure. I think honestly, I don't know if it's my favorite week of the year, but some of them for sure.
What would rival Penzik then?
Other vacations in golf.
Okay,
Like
fair.
golf is super good.
Yeah, I think I usually like golf or Penzik better than golf, but the last few golf courses have been really good,
Yeah, both
and
the last few Penzics and
kind of
golfs have been really good. Like
so yeah, it's
weather-wise and
hard to.
friend-wise. I think we got a
They kind
good
of
arrangement of like I hang out with y'all at golf, and then you hang out with us at Penzic. And like I feel like that's worked
yeah.
out really well.
I love I love both. I love y'all's camp at Penzik, and I love our camp at golf. I feel like both are really nice. So really enjoy participating in both.
That is true. Golf and Penzic are different sized meals. Penzic is so fucking big that I never get a chance, even hanging out all of Peace Week and War Week, never get a chance to even come close to saying hi to everybody that I want to say hi to. There's too many humans that I want to like interact with and catch up with. And sometimes I'm fortunate enough to get to do so in person for a little bit, but generally, no luck. Yes, we are in fact nerds. Penzic nerds. It's weird to be like so excited for Penzic as like a. I guess it is just like a giant LARP thing.
Yeah, somewhere between a LARP and a con,
Yeah, it's like
and
exactly
and a
it's like a
festival, I
LARP
guess.
slash con, but I love it. It's so unique
Yeah.
and like
Hey, did you want to build? You were talking in golfers about wanting to build like a one of that like mobile bar thing that
yeah, I have the
whoever
casters
they
in the
had
wood
it.
already.
You did?
Yeah,
Nice. Okay.
I just have the spare parts. I was thinking about. I have to do a little bit of finagling to figure out how to get all the stuff up because I'm carrying up Caitlin's. Thank you for the prime. I appreciate it. Um, I intend to go up there with Caitlin's things, and so I need to kind of arrange that to help them
Oh,
some.
okay.
But I might
I'm glad they're
not
coming
build it
to
at home. I might
Penzic
build
though.
it up there and just use it for a little
Yeah.
while and then take it apart at the end of 2 weeks.
You could just, I mean, if honestly, if you build it with cheap stuff, you could just like
Yeah,
leave
just
it
like
there
build it
in
with
the
whatever's
dumpster.
lying around up there, or just go buy the materials while I'm up there. It's super easy.
Yeah.
And if we just use it for
Yeah.
a week and then disassemble it as scrap,
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
Anyway, that would be a fun
Do
shenanigan to
do you
do.
wanna
So
join me? If we like just take the bar and
yeah, I would
roll it
join.
downhill.
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, that seems like a great Peace Week activity, actually, to me.
Yeah, I was like, I just need some 2x4s and like a screw gun, like a driver, an impact driver, and then a little bit of time, not even that much. Maybe a way to cut it. Cut the wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring my power tools. We'll fashion together a little porta bar, and walk our asses around, and offer drinks to people. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I like the vibe of it. That's really more than anything else. I just like that. Like I like
Yeah.
the kind of the party atmosphere of it all. All right. Let's I want to bounce for tonight off the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday evening, Friday evening, and a good weekend. Good night, friends.
Yeah.
Catch you all on the next one. I'll make
See
sure
you
to do
later,
this
chat.
sooner than later. I'm sorry it's been a while. Love y'all.